Audio Jungle.
Teen dead, young brother in custody following stabbing incident in St. Elizabeth. An 18-year-old was stabbed to death following a domestic dispute reportedly involving his 14-year-old brother at their family home in Comerpen, St. Elizabeth on Friday night. Police have identified the victim as Raheem Thompson, otherwise called Shutter, a farmer and resident of Comerpen in St. Elizabeth. A police report said about 10 p.m., Thompson and his younger brother had an argument, which escalated into a fight. The police noted that a relative sought to quell the fight. Thompson reportedly left the house and later returned with a stab wound to his chest. He was taken to the Mandeville Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. The 14-year-old has been taken into custody. Alleged gang leader, Bricker killed in clash with cops. Sources have identified the man fatally shot during a confrontation with the police in Kitsitown, St. Catherine on Saturday as Brian King, otherwise called Bricker. King was reportedly the section leader for the Kitson 2-based Klansman gang, which operates across Kitson Town and the Tap Banks area of Spanish Town. Law enforcement sources describe King as a key figure in organized criminal activities, including contract killings, extortion, and armed robberies. According to the sources, King rose to prominence in the criminal underworld after the death of Sheldon Timmerite Walters in 2024, assuming leadership of the Top Banks faction of the Klansman gang. He was listed as a person of interest by detectives assigned to the St. Catherine North Police Division in connection with a case of shooting with intent against the police. Intelligence reports have also linked him to several murders and violent crimes in the division, including the October 2024 fatal shooting of Rashawn Dulles of Nestburg Grove, Kitson on October 31, 2024. King was also the main suspect in the murder of Kevin Smith of Kitson on July 4, 2024, and the October 2023 killing of Theo Powell, also of Nestburg Grove. Police sources say King maintained a network of gunmen who carried out attacks and extortion operations on his behalf, mainly targeting business operators and rival gangs in the area. His death, the sources say, represents a major blow to the organized crime network operating in and around Spanish Town, particularly those aligned to the Clanks gang. King was fatally shot during a confrontation with the police team in Kitsitown about 1 p.m. on Saturday. An illegal firearm was reportedly taken from him. Father held after body of 13-year-old daughter found at Clarendon home. The father of 13-year-old Shantina Sargent, whose burnt and partially decomposed body was found behind her home in northern Clarendon on Monday evening, is now in police custody. The Old Harbour Police in St. Catherine confirmed that 46-year-old Lawrence Marcus Sargent was captured in the area late Friday, following a manhunt that began after the shocking discovery. Santino, who attended Excelsior High School, moved to Christiana High School in Manchester, was reported missing by her father on October 3rd. Her remains were found 3 days later among burnt debris behind the house they shared. Reports indicate that police were called to the area after residents noticed a foul smell and flies near the premises. The body was found with burnt marks and in an advanced state of decomposition. Residents of the quiet farming community were left horrified. "What a wicked act," said former Glenn Mason, describing the tragedy as one that has shaken everybody to the core. Santina's stepmother, Juliet, said she was devastated by the discovery. She revealed that she left an abusive relationship with Lawrence a year ago, but kept in touch because of their young son. She said Santina had recently expressed fear of her father, telling a friend she was afraid to go home. She said Santina started living with her father this year. According to Superintendent Kerry Duncan, head of the Manchester Police Division, investigators are exploring all leads, including unconfirmed report that the teen may have been sexually abused. "We don't have anything of evidential matter to support that, but the father is in a position to help us move the investigation forward," he noted. School resource officers to be deployed as monitors on rural school buses. In light of a recent incident of disorderly conduct on the rural school buses, the Ministries of Transport and Education have agreed to explore the use of school resource officers (SROs) to act as bus monitors. SROs are specially trained police officers who are placed in schools to ensure safety, provide mentorship, and maintain discipline. Speaking at a press conference, Transport Minister Darrell Valls said the use of the SROs will begin in areas where there have been incidents of disorderly conduct by students. He noted that the SROs will also be there to respond to medical-related incidents, which have also occurred on the school buses.
It is onerous to ask the bus driver to take on that responsibility when he should be focused solely on the safety of transporting these children. And it was agreed that we would incorporate the arrangement between the police and the schools, school resource officers. There will be law enforcement monitors on the buses to make sure that the incidents that we have experienced so far, thankfully they have been managed, can be taken care of. I want to say it's not limited to the spats between the students, We have had medical incidents on the buses where students have passed out. Students have started to have bleeding through their nose, different things that have come up. And luckily we've been able to coordinate with the driver and the JUTC and get the police or the medical assistance that's required. And thankfully, we have not had any major incident that has resulted in any major injury, death, or anything, neither with the medical incidents or the other forms of incidents that we have had.
Holness says government building out major roadways to accommodate urbanizing areas. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness says the government is taking decisive steps to properly plan and build out Jamaica's major roadways to accommodate high commerce and heavy traffic, particularly in rapid urbanizing areas such as Draughts St. Anne. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony for the Booth 2 commercial complex at Draughts Hall, Dr. Holness underscored the importance of future-proofing infrastructure to match the pace of development and urban expansion. The Prime Minister explained that the Draughts Hall corridor, originally built to function as a highway, has evolved into a bustling urban space due to the rapid increase in housing, hotels, and commercial development. While traffic volumes now exceed twice the intended capacity, Dr. Holness noted that a new design approach is necessary. He also commended the visionary leadership of Booth owner Wayne Booth, describing him as part of the new vanguard of Jamaican investors. Prime Minister Holness said the government will continue to integrate proper planning, infrastructure development, and private investments to ensure Jamaica's growth is sustainable, orderly, and inclusive.
The first phase and the first leg is to extend from where the current North-South Highway ends to bypass this area via toll road. And then the second leg is to connect from where the road currently ends to bypass Ocho Rios. So we're going to ensure that there is efficient traffic flow and connectivity for this area. This area will definitely become the new center of urban development for the parish of St. Anne. So Mr. Booth, you are ahead of the game by putting your stake in early. We note that this development will have a sky bridge connecting the two properties. I made sure to ask Mr. Booth. I should have asked the architect as to whether or not the designs have had the benefit of the future plans. And I have been told yes, but for certainty, when I go back to my office, I will call the entities just to ensure that what we are doing is future-proof. Because I wouldn't want the development to be happening in the future and then there are some design issues. So seeing that I am speaking at the groundbreaking and having knowledge of it, I will call in the entities to be certain. And indeed, it may very well be because of how the development has evolved that we may have to have several of these sky bridges to connect the urban space.
Fishermen suspected to have drowned, 16 others rescued by JDF Coast Guard. A fisherman is suspected to have drowned, while 16 others were rescued by the Jamaica Defense Coast Guard. In a statement, the JDF said at about midday, Coast Guard spotted a vessel on fire just south of Porton Point off the coast of Clarendon. The soldiers responded and extinguished the fire. They also searched the area and found 16 persons and 3 small canoes. The rescued persons were taken on board the offshore patrol vessel, where they were hydrated and taken to mainland for medical attention. Reports suggest that at least one crew member drowned, as he was not found. The crew consisted of 9 Dominicans and 8 Jamaicans. They had earlier left the harbor for Pedro Banks. The JDF is urging mariners on the south coast to remain vigilant for any sight of a missing fisherman and report any sights immediately to the Joint Rescue Coordination Center. To subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.